Hey, everybody. My name is Kelly Rissy, and I'm the owner of Rise Up and Live Wellness. I want to come on here and I want to just share a little bit about who I am and why I do what I do. So, I am a health, life, and mindset master coach. I am also a speaker and an international best-selling author in the book Fearless and Fabulous. I was one of the contributing authors. And what I am so passionate about doing is helping women decrease and manage stress, find work-life harmony, set boundaries, bring more peace and calmness into their busy, crazy, hectic lives. And so I want to take you back into 2009. So in 2009, I was an educator and I had two young children. I was being a wife, a mom, a teacher, and my life was very chaotic. I was involved in a ton of different extracurricular activities and I just carried a lot of stress. It was very stressful. And one night during that time, we ended up having to call 911. And when the paramedics arrived, my heart rate was at 190 beats per minute, and I was doing absolutely nothing. So I was in tachycardia. They had to stop my heart and restart it so it would get back to its normal rhythm. And I ended up having to take a trip to the ER. And it was in that moment that I knew I had to do something different about my life. There were things I needed to let go of, and there were things I needed to change. And so I did that. I started bringing more peace into my life. I started letting go of perfectionism. I had to change some of the habits. I had to change some of the ways that I was looking at things that was keeping me in the mindset that I had to stay on this hamster wheel of running, 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 running. And so the thing that I did the most was dig deeper on myself than I ever have before. It was a few years, maybe right around then, before, after that, maybe after that, actually, that I then decided that I wanted to lose weight and be in the best shape of my life. And so another thing that has caused me stress over the years has been my yo-yo dieting. So as a kid, I've kind of grew up in an unhealthy relationship with food. And part of that had to do with my body. Like my body didn't look like all the other girls. And so then that caused me to be on diets at a very early young age. And when you're on diets, your relationship with food is very skewed. And so then my entire life, I did the up and down yo-yo dieting cycle. Can anyone else relate to that? And so I decided I was going to get into the best shape of my life. I was done with this yo-yoing thing. I was done with all of this. And so I set out on a mission. And I did actually achieve my goal. It was through restriction. It was through over exercising. And I achieved my goal for as long as I could. But because I didn't get to the root of the problem, guess what happened? I ended up gaining it back again. And so it has been such a wonderful learning and growing process for me, even though it might sound miserable because of the whole up and down. But I really then addressed what I would call my emotional eating, and which caused me a lot of stress through that, and really began addressing it, learning how to become an intuitive eater, learning how to love and appreciate my body and to look at it very different. So the working on body image is huge to me because there are so many women, and it doesn't matter what size you are, we can all hate our bodies no matter what size we are, right? And so we might wish that we were looking like someone else, and that someone else might really be hating their body as well. So the root of all of this, all of it, the stress, the emotional eating, the not loving my body, all went back to a lack of self-love that I had for myself, that I had lost so long ago. And going back and really finding that self-love, finding that appreciation, that compassion, that grace, just being able to treat myself in the best way that I possibly can, that is what led me into coaching. And that is what I love doing to help people, right? I feel like every part of what I just said is so important because it's so important for us to be healthy, right? And how we do that depends on every different person. There is not one way that I do something with my clients. It is what is the best way for my clients. And, one of the reasons I named my company Rise Up and Live Wellness is because there was a time in my life that I didn't feel like I was rising up and living well. I was staying stuck. I was in excuses. I was in reasons, and really looking up, rising up above my circumstances, rising up above my situation, and truly living the best life that I could live. That is what inspires me. That is what gives me passion, and helping others do the same thing, rising up out of their circumstances, getting out of their crap, what I want to call it, just brings me so much joy. And then I get to watch people transform, and watching someone transform and walking beside them as they go through that transformation is the coolest thing ever. And so I have helped my clients in so many different ways. Some have had really bad relationship with food that we have fixed. Some have been restrictors and hated their body, and we have fixed that so that now they love and appreciate. I have had women who had lack of boundaries that began to set boundaries, and when they set boundaries, their self-love became better, their relationships became better, their relationship with their kids became better, work became better. I have helped women find work-life harmony. And so it is not about giving up one or the other. It is making them work together and learning how to do that. I have helped women put healthy habits in place. So nutrition, exercise, sleep, decreasing stress, that self-love piece, right? Like bringing all of those into their life so that they have healthy habits in place to live the long, wonderful lives that they want to do. So those are some of the things that I do. That's a little bit of my story and how I landed up here. I am a former educator. I love teaching. And so that is where the speaking part for me comes in, is I go into companies, organizations, and I do what I call the mess of stress. And I teach people all about stress, all about the effects of stress, and really what things to do to move away from stress and start to decrease and manage it. I also help one-on-one clients do that as well. I even have a group called Rise Up Group Coaching, and we dive into mind, body, spirit, all of it. So that's a little bit about my background. And I would love for you to continue to stay with me on this YouTube channel to hear any tips and tricks that I have. Also, if you are ready to move forward in your life in any of the ways that I just mentioned, and I offer a complimentary discovery call, you are welcome to sign up for that as well to get you on your way to rising up and living. Okay, y'all, that is what I have today. And go rise up today, live and be your best. Take care.